Have you ever noticed that some people seem to carry an invisible strength, an inner stability that no one sees but everyone feels? It's not luck, it's not destiny, and it's definitely not some hidden talent. It's construction, it's choice, it's emotional work, the kind no one teaches, but everyone eventually has to learn. The truth is that most people aren't emotionally weak. They just carry habits that drain their strength without realizing it. Small daily actions, silent, almost automatic, that corrode confidence, steal energy, and leave you vulnerable to the world. And the worst part? You might be repeating these actions right now without even knowing. Today, we're going to talk about them. 7 behaviors you need to eliminate if you want to build a mind that's stronger, more resilient, and more prepared for real life. The life where not everything is predictable, not everything is comfortable, and not everything is under your control. But before we start, I want to ask you something simple. Make room for honesty, because this video isn't about pointing out mistakes. It's about recognizing patterns, and recognizing patterns is the first step to transforming them. Take a deep breath, prepare your mind, and come with me. Not believing in yourself. Nothing destroys emotional strength more than lack of self-confidence. Not the exaggerated, forced confidence people show to look strong. I'm talking about the silent confidence that grows when you believe you can learn, evolve, and overcome, even when you fail. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they give up too soon. Something goes wrong, an attempt doesn't work, someone criticizes them, and that's it. The mind creates a narrative that becomes a prison. This isn't for me. I'll never make it. I'm not good enough. This type of thinking is dangerous. It doesn't protect you, it paralyzes you. And the more you believe it, the more it becomes true. Not because it is real, but because you start acting as if it were. Emotional strength is born when you break this cycle, when you understand that failure is part of the process and doesn't define who you are. That making mistakes says nothing about your worth. It only shows where there's still room to grow. You don't need to be perfect to believe in yourself. You just need honesty. I can get better. That alone is enough to start. And when you start, you change. And when you change, your life changes with you. Believing in yourself is the first brick of emotional strength. Without it, nothing stands for long. Not taking care of yourself. Emotional strength depends on physical strength more than you think. You can't keep your mind steady when your body is collapsing. But many people spend their lives ignoring this. They sleep little, eat poorly, live exhausted, and think it's normal. The problem begins when you base your worth on productivity, when you think resting is a waste of time, when you treat your body as an obstacle and your mind as a machine that can never turn off. But no human works like that. When you don't take care of yourself, your brain stays in alert mode. You become more irritable, more anxious, more impulsive. Small things turn into crises. Small problems turn into catastrophes. You lose emotional balance because you're physically drained. So here's the question. How can you expect mental strength from a body that's begging for help? True resilience starts with self-care. It's not luxury. It's not weakness. It's necessity. Sleeping well is strength. Eating well is strength. Taking breaks is strength. Saying, I can't today is strength. Taking care of yourself brings clarity. Clarity brings stability. Stability creates emotional strength. Making decisions based on emotions. Emotions matter, but they can't drive your life. When you act based only on how you feel, without considering your values, you enter a cycle of impulses and regret. And nothing destroys emotional strength as fast as reacting to the world without reflection. The problem is that emotions are intense but temporary. Today you feel full of energy and want to change everything. Tomorrow you wake up tired and want to quit. If your decisions change with your mood, your life will never find direction. Strength is born when you create space between feeling and acting. When you breathe, observe, understand what is happening inside you, and only then decide. Deciding with emotion is natural. Deciding only with emotion is dangerous. Values are compasses. Emotions are waves. Use both, but don't let the waves drown your direction. Judging yourself for your feelings. Most people don't suffer because of what they feel. They suffer because of the judgment they attach to those feelings. You feel sad and think, I shouldn't be like this. You feel anxious and think, something's wrong with me. You feel insecure and think, I should be stronger. This emotional pressure doesn't help you. It silences you. It shames you. It prevents you from understanding what is happening inside you. Because every time you judge a feeling, you lose the chance to learn from it. Feelings aren't enemies. They're signals. They show limits, needs, wounds, desires, fears. They carry messages, but you can only hear them when you stop punishing yourself for feeling. Emotional strength begins when you allow yourself to feel. When you understand that feeling isn't weakness, it's humanity. No one grows by hiding emotions. All growth starts when you look inside without fear. Wanting an explanation for everything. Overthinking drains you more than any real problem. You think, rethink, analyze, question, and in the end, you do nothing. Because the truth is simple. The more you think trying to control the future, the more fear you create of moving forward. And movement is exactly what you need. Life wasn't made to be fully understood before being lived. Some answers only appear when you act. Some clarity only comes when you try. Some certainty is born only through experience, not thought. Thinking is important, but thinking too much traps you. Emotional strength grows when you accept that not everything needs a perfect explanation. Sometimes you just need to take the first step and trust that you'll learn along the way. Trying to control everything. The desire for total control doesn't protect you, it weakens you. Because the more you try to control every detail of life, the more desperate you become when something doesn't go as planned. And life will never fully go as planned. Rigid plans create rigid minds, and rigid minds break. Emotional strength isn't in predicting everything, but in adapting. In adjusting the path without losing the destination. In accepting that reality changes, and you must change with it. Flexibility is strength. Those who adapt grow. Those who cling to control suffer. Letting others control you. When you live to please others, you lose control of your own life. You lose your voice, your identity, your direction, and slowly you lose your emotional strength because you live under the fear of disappointing people. Saying yes all the time isn't kindness, it's self-abandonment. Strength is born when you set boundaries, when you understand that protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's self-respect. When you realize that anyone who gets offended by your no was benefiting from your silence. Living to be accepted weakens you. Living aligned with your values strengthens you. The question is, do you want to please or do you want to grow?